Okay, YouTubers, I had a problem with my pool. I'm fixing it after 6 years of owning it. Bought this house, what, several years ago, hoping, to get in on the good market, but didn't work out that way. I bought it, and about a couple of years later, it was worth half of what I purchased it for. And I was gonna let go of it, but now I decided to keep it, and I'm fixing the pool right now. Upon doing a compression test, I found out that there was a leak where that hose is. And I started doing some research because I don't know anything about pools, but I'm a do-it-yourselfer. And instead of paying somebody, I just did a little research, and I tried to fix the plumbing myself. Well, it turns out I started digging a hole right here, and I replaced that fitting there, but that wasn't the problem. It's got a leak somewhere around this area right here, but this pipe goes all the way down, and there's footing all the surrounding the whole pool. And right here I hit concrete. So instead of taking more dirt out, breaking the concrete, and then breaking another piece of concrete over here, and then finding the piece that's broken, cutting it, it's apparently the pipe is buried inside the concrete. And the way I know that is because I dug from inside the pool in the direction of that pipe, and that pipe doesn't go beneath the concrete. So it's got like footing all the way around the edge of all of the perimeter of the pool, and it's about, I don't know, maybe 6 inches, 12 inches high, and that pipe is buried in between that concrete, and it comes out this way somewhere around here, and then there's another connection, and then it goes into there's probably a Y somewhere around here, or a T in this area. So that's one return, and the other return is over there where I plugged another pump to that return. And that goes into my utility shed, where I just installed my filter and my new pump and all the plumbing. And if you remember one of my last videos, I made this little slab with that little hole in there, and a bilge pump, and a 12-volt battery for meantime. So this is the return line right here. The pump pumps the water through there, goes into the filter, gets filtered, and it comes out that pipe, and it goes back into the returns all the way out here. So I know there's a Y somewhere around here, or a T, more than likely a T. So I'm guessing the T's around this where I'm standing right now. So I had a problem with that, and I did some research, and I came across a product called Fix-A-Leak. It's this bottle right here. It's for swimming pools and spas and hot tubs and whatnot. And the guy that's going to put my liner in is going to come today's Sunday. He's coming in tomorrow, Monday, to install the liner. And he was probably going to charge me an arm and a leg to get that fixed. So what I figured out was to place that old pump, attach the return line from one of the returns there into the pump and out the other return. There's another return that I have right here, but this was plugged. So this, actually, I did a compression test, and that one was fine. So worst case scenario was I was going to close those two off and then just have that one return to circulate the water inside the pool. But I did a compression test on my skimmer, and that was okay. I haven't done a compression on my drain, because anyway. And so the leak, when I put some water in the pipe, into this pipe right here, there was a leak coming out between here, all of this little edge right here, from that pipe being buried. And like I was saying earlier, the way I know it's the pipe didn't go underneath was because I scraped this off about, I don't know, several inches, and I couldn't find the pipe, and the pipe's only a couple of inches from the wall of the pool here. So what I'm going to do now, what I figured out was just how am I going to get the water to recirculate in this one bad area, and this is what I came up with, just using a regular discharge hose. I got that for like 30 bucks, 25 feet's worth, and I figured out how to make a compression tester. This is do-it-yourself kind of deal, and I pieced all of this together. I spent, I don't know, maybe an hour trying to figure out a way to make a gauge, because the gauges I found on eBay, they were like 200 bucks, $100, and so I don't have a lot of dough, so I figured, how can I make it cheaper? So I went and installed all of this on the pump, and it worked great. It's been I turned it on for about 5 minutes. I poured some of that Fix-A-Leak, and the leak stopped, and it's holding pressure. It was leaking from here, from one of these joints right here, and it was also leaking from here. And that Fix-A-Leak, I only added about, I bought a liter of Fix-A-Leak, and I only added about a quarter of that. And the pressure still, this has a bad seal in the pump right here, so that's not, it's sucking air, it's letting air out now because of the compression. But how I know it works was because just by pouring water on that return, you could see the little water, just a little puddle of water just coming out of that little area right there. And as soon as I turned that pump on, about a few seconds later, the water just completely gone. So I have one last thing to show you guys, and that is, if the pool were to be completely full of water, I found out a way to do the same thing, the exact same thing that you see right here, but you see these elbows right here that I built. These are inch and a half fittings, everything, the pipe, everything. So you can just buy a fitting that fits inside the return, and that way you can attach an elbow like this and have this piece of pipe extended above the water line. So once you get it above the water line, you can have the same setup that I have right here on your deck. So you can run your deck, the plumbing, this plumbing right here, the hose and all of this little area above your pool. So if that doesn't get fixed permanently, which I think it will, because earlier during the day I poured some of that Fix-A-Leak on this piece of wood, and check it out. This is what it looks like right here. It looks like epoxy, and it's completely hardened right now. I mean, it's sun, it's very hot right now, but this is very, very, very hard, and the pipes don't have a lot of pressure. But and so far it looks like the pressure's holding. It's got about, I don't know, maybe 5 psi right now, 3 psi where it is right now, but it's not leaking anywhere, and hopefully my problem is solved. But like I said, if I have a leaking problem, I'm going to run the same setup above the pool using those longer elbows, and you can get those at Home Depot or Lowe's or any hardware store. Let me just show you right quick what they look like. I think I have one right here. Here it is. This right here. You stick your pipe in there, you stick an elbow, and then you stick another pipe, and that ends up looking like what you saw earlier, that right there. So this is my review of the quick Fix-A-Leak. So far I I'm impressed. And thanks you guys for whoever came up with this idea. If this indeed works, thanks a bunch. All right, peace out.